it's been a long week, John.
It has. Yeah, it has. It's felt longer than 7 days.
Yeah. It's
Let's be honest.
felt forever since we've done the Gratcast. And we've got Bills-Lions victories on the same week John's here. Broke the jinx right out the gate, John.
I know, that's amazing. There's so much to talk about already, just from the get-go.
Not Josh Allen.
No.
There's 82 yards of nothing to talk about there.
Lions didn't do much better as far as offense. They just happened to get a lot of turnovers, and their kicker couldn't kick the side of a barn.
Well, it's a good thing the other guy, the Packers, had his kids held hostage or something.
That's what I'm saying. That kicker,
five kicks
0 for 5. He went 1 for 6
in
is what
a dome.
he went.
Jesus.
In a dome. Yeah, and it was because he missed those kicks. I mean, score-wise, which is why Green Bay lost.
That was more than the
difference. Yeah.
All right, John.
Happy.
So, what happened to you this week? Mine was kind of a boring week, so I don't got a lot to talk to.
Okay, that's okay. I got a few things. But I'm going to go back a couple weeks. We just talked about it before we came on air. So, I actually did my first open mic stand-up bit.
I'm still not happy that you didn't let me know about it.
Nah. Don't care. Everyone told me they wanted to go. Everyone told me they wanted to go.
I'm not everyone, man.
This is what I'll do. This is the whole. Yeah, I know, right? So this is the whole thing about it. The reason I didn't ask anyone to go is because I would have undue pressure on myself, regardless of what anyone else said, to make you, my friend, laugh, because we have inside jokes. No. So then I would don't say no. This is what I'm telling you I would do.
Right, but I'd have to go up there next, so I'd be under the same pressure.
Yeah, but again, it's not about competition. Who has more pressure? I just wanted to go up and see how I would feel on stage and do what I did, and not have to worry about being like, oh, does Chris think this is funny? Because I would do that.
But if nobody was there, did it really happen? Is it really a moment in time?
Of course it is, because I'm about to tell you about it.
All right. But, there's no witness.
I don't need a witness. I went up there for me, not for anyone else. I don't need witnesses. So here's how it went.
Okay.
It was, it's the open mic, and it's the way they have it is there's a bucket.
What place did you go to?
Well, when I got there was 15th was the next one, so I was the 15th per.
What place did you go to? Not what place did you come in?
Oh, what place did I go to?
I told a competition.
I told a story about my upstairs neighbor. I may have told you this before.
Sure.
I'm not going to get into it now because it's kind of
we'll dig it out through the archives.
Dirty story.
It happened.
Yeah. So I went on stage and I had a story prepared. So I didn't go and pull from the bucket right away. So in this bucket,
it's optional. The bucket's optional.
Well,
you still haven't told us what location you physically went to.
Oh, that's what you were asking. I thought when you said where did you go to, I thought you meant like in my head, like where did you go to?
No.
Like what kind of a place?
Did you step right up to the Laugh Factory?
I don't even know the name of this. I met this woman a while back. Uber, so I meet people nowadays. She was an Uber driver, and we mentioned comedy, and she said she hosts an open mic comedy. So I said, oh, that's interesting. So it's actually, I don't know the name of the restaurant. Everyone asks, but it's like, this is how it goes. You go to the restaurant, it's on Beverly, a block or two east of Western, which sounds weird to say, but that's where it is.
Did you have to go in the back way through the kitchen?
No, but it was even weirder. So you have to go, I would go through the restaurant, and then I have to walk through all these people eating, and then go to a bar area, and then walk through the bar area, and then go to the back room, which is where the stage is. But it's bigger than your whole this main floor. It's pretty good size.
Any secret knock or anything?
No. But in the bar, there's a sign-up sheet.
Okay.
And then I signed up 15th, which is what I thought you were saying earlier. Did that. Went up, sat there, got through the boring stuff. There was real interesting stuff. So in the beginning, I still didn't get to this. People fill out like on a sheet of paper, like subjects or whatever you want to put. Donald Trump, the color green.
So they censor you?
Doesn't matter.
You got to tell them what you're going to talk about before you go up there?
No. Then they put it in the bucket, and then you go up to the stage. Yes. My apologies. So then you go up on stage, and you're supposed to like draw from the bucket, and then you're like, oh, Donald Trump. Well, blah 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 blah, and you just riff or whatever you do. What I decided to do was apparently what someone else had done. I was just going to
going rogue optional.
Go up on stage, pull something out, and no matter what it says, say, "Oh, it's about tennis shoes." If that's what I want to talk about, like, "Oh, sneakers." As a matter of fact, blah 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 blah. So it was interesting though. This is what I got from it.
Bending the rules out of the gate.
Someone else had already done it 2 weeks in a row, so I didn't even worry about that.
Scouting before you finally went up on stage?
Yeah, I went 2 weeks. And
I couldn't even go for the scouting?
Well, I was going to go up, and then I cowered it out. And then I didn't know I was going to scout. But it's interesting. It's actually kind of fun.
Bank job.
So this is what I essentially learned, though, as far as what it is to be a stand-up comedian. And I've only done one open mic. You basically have to be your writer. So you have to write your story. You have to write your bits, put them together as a story, and then as an actor, as it were, memorize that, and then you can present it any way you want. So it's like, oh, if I'm in this part of the country, they like it if I do it angry. If it's this part, I can do it sad, or however, because once you have it memorized, you can present it any way you want.
Well, see, the memorization part is the part that terrifies me. The structure of having to tell the story the same way to get the beats, to get the laughs, and hit all of that. Like, just even doing this freely, I hit walls all the time. I find my way as I go along.
But it's a little different because this isn't quite as written as a lot of stand-up comedy is. So what I did was I told a story that I'd lived. So it was easier for me to tell the story because, one, I've told the story so many times. I put my own twist on it when I went on stage. But so this happened to me, and I told it, and it was easy because I was in my element. I knew what I was talking about. I don't care if people laughed or not because what I wanted to see how I felt on stage. Do I feel comfortable? Am I uncomfortable? Do I not like it? Do I cringe? No. When I was telling my story, I had confidence. I was presenting. I was very good. And then when that story ended and I had to reach into the bucket for real and start looking at things, I was like, I don't even know what this word means. What is this?
Knowing when to stop. That's where, like, I also feel like I'd struggle with.
Yeah, you got to learn how to snip out a lot of the fat. You got to just cut it all out.
Start rambling, and you have something that would have been really funny if you would have hit and landed right, but you just...
But that's all part of learning to be a comedian. You have to find out where the fat is and cut it off. You're going to have people not cheer for you, and you might have critics, and you might have hecklers. Which thankfully on your first open mic, I didn't. I was so happy. Right? You suck. It's like that's my first time.
I feel like a heckler would be doing me a favor because then I'd have to go rogue and start riffing and respond like I would if this was two assholes on the street.
That's funny.
Like that'd be way
That's so
better.
funny. So I haven't been back. I wanted to, and that was 3 weeks ago. I've been meaning to. 2 weeks ago, I think they had canceled it, and last week I was going to do it, and I actually had the night off, and I was like, I'm going to take a nap, and then I woke up, and it was already over.
Damn nap will get you every time.
It really does.
So what about the other people that did it? So you said you were 15th. So were you towards the end? Was that a middle? How many
that was
went
probably, I was probably 2/3 through.
Okay.
So I'd say there were probably maybe 21 people.
Were they already rolling when you showed up?
No, I got there early.
There from the beginning?
I got there from the beginning. So I like to go beginning to end.
And did you stay for the people after you?
The whole thing.
All right. So
yeah, I support.
What was your impression and feelings of kind of the other rest of the group that went up?
You had a lot of miss and a few hits.
Was there any like total bombs and a
I mean, there were times when nobody really laughed and nobody really clapped.
Anybody
so
almost started like choking back puke or
not
really
that no, not that time. But the time before when I was doing it, some guy was just like every joke he told, nothing hit. And he's like, well, that joke sucks, huh? That sucked, didn't it, huh? And he's just no one said anything, and because at that time he was one of the last, so there were like 4 people left.
I want the guy that's so nervous that he's choking back the.
I'm not a laugher either, so I'm not gonna, even if I think you're telling a funny joke.
That's why
I'm not a gut buster.
Yeah. Like I could think it's the funniest thing in the world, and inside I'll be laughing my ass off, but I'm ice cold.
Seriously.
I am not the guy you want in the crowd
seriously.
at a comedy show.
That is what you will not get from me.
So was there anybody that was like had like an it factor? You're like, oh, this is a natural, or this person really...
No, it didn't really feel like it.
No?
I mean, the hostess, because she is a comedian, I guess, and then she does, she works in radio, I mean, whatever. Yeah. And she's fun and fun. But even her, as much as I liked her, I was just like, she's okay.
Do you know if she had West Coast representation?
I don't know.
Who's her agent back east?
I don't know, but are we on swingers here? Is that what we're doing? Are we rolling with some swingers?
All right, John.
I'm trying to throw that crap past me.
I figured for sure you weren't going to know where I was coming from.
I'm armed and ready to go. Are you kidding me? So, how are we at for time? Because I actually have a couple more stories I could tell, too.
What else happened this week?
Okay. Well, what actually did happen this week was Monday, we did the show.
Monday.
Tuesday, I ended up... Was it Tuesday? It was Tuesday.
It's starting to sound like Happy Days.
Yeah, I know, right? Wednesday. Anyway, so I go out with a friend from work, and we're just going to go out and get a bite. Like I've gone out with a bunch of people from work, different times. We go out, whatever, we get a bite.
Do we have video to cut to, John?
So unfortunately not. No, I wasn't going to record this. So long story short, she ended up at the end of we sat for like 2 or 3 hours, and we ate and just shot the breeze, which was great.
Wait, who? You and who?
Just a coworker, just someone I work with. Yeah.
All right. So was this an after shift snack, or was this a scheduled time in our street clothes?
Scheduled time in our street clothes.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was just, but no big deal. It was just 2 people having just whatever. Well, that's apparently not what they thought. They mentioned date in the text.
They thought it was a date.
They mentioned date in the text, and I figured it was like, a woman's like, it's like, we're having like a date, like it's so fun, like a friend date. dumbass.
You weren't down for the date?
No, not at all. She's a friend, and I have no physical attraction whatsoever.
You could use the practice, John. I don't remember the last time you've told us about a date.
I know, right? Yeah. Appreciate you throwing me under the bus there, too, as well. So, anyway, moving
forward. Got a sound effect for that?
Yeah. No, I actually do. I didn't see that coming, though. And this is it.
Viking horn for that crap?
Anyway.
The Viking horn's the new Price is Right horn, John.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah.
This?
Yeah, those bums.
Okay, no, I like that. It's a little shorter. So, then I got a text after we parted ways. When we hugged, she gave me a kiss on the lips. Just a light kiss, nothing special. But I was like, well, that's weird. But whatever, some people kiss on the lips, just no tongue, nothing serious. So we walked away. And then I got a text later and it says, you have soft, kissable lips. And I was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. So then I had to put out the fire, essentially, and say, you're a good person, but I think we should be friends. Long story short. And that was a misinterpretation, because I thought we were just hanging as homies, as friends. Like, this is good. Like, we have good conversations, good stuff.
Why can't you do some other things as friends? It's kind of what we do these days, John.
I don't like doing stuff like that with people I work with anyway, because then if stuff goes to the south, I got to deal with
drama at the office.
And she's a manager in another department, so I really can't be messing around with the manager.
So you're not even in the same department.
But we're connected, literally. Like, I see where she sits every time I go to work. It's like right there.
You're in the restaurant business. You can sneak your way to the top.
Yeah, you have a girlfriend. How long you had your girlfriend for? Don't get into telling me about dating people and going out with people.
How do you think
that
I'm
not interested in?
I got there with a date.
Interested. Hey,
sure. We went for a hike to the Hollywood sign the first time, and she never went on a hike with me again. But we went on a date, John. You gotta.
Hey, you know what? Rumor has it.
You gotta take a couple cars for a test drive.
Hey, rumor has it you can't even beat a 9-year-old birthday present. So what's going on there?
Hey. And I'm still holding down the fort, John. You're afraid to go on a date.
Yeah, I'm not afraid to go on a date. That's just ridiculous.
You backed into one.
I'm just not interested.
You walked all the way down the plank and had no idea you were on a date.
There's no interest. So you went out with someone that you weren't interested in at all. There was no physical appeal or anything.
Why are you leading them on then, John?
How is it leading them on? They're friends. I mean, people I work with. We go out. We have food. That's how it works.
One-on-one, went out and grabbed a meal and had a kiss goodnight. That's a textbook date in my book. Even from your generation.
I didn't. Yes, I didn't even. I didn't even. Anyway, you got me all.
Oh, Bear's hypnotized by this story.
I know, right? You got me all in a tizzy now. Now I'm all worked up. And you know what?
Ain't nobody got time.
So let's just move on. There's no need for that. I've solved it. We're still friends. It's all good. Everything's fine.
So John may or may not have went on a date, but definitely did go on a date.
Strange thing. And I'll wrap it up with this real quick, because this is the one that'll blow your mind. So I get home from work last night.
I got one last question on the date story.
What's that?
Who asked who to go out to get the bite?
I said, hey, you want to hang out sometime? Mm-hmm. Which I say to everyone that I work with there, literally. The cooks, the servers, the bussers, the bartender.
Needy, aren't you?
I'm just saying we should hang out sometime. It's fun. I like the people I work with. So that's what happened. So yes, I asked her on the date, which I did not, but whatever.
And this hangout session started after sundown?
No, it was like at noon.
All right, well.
Yeah, and it went till 3 p.m. So there you go, Mr. Smarty Pants. In any event, so the last thing was, get home from work last night, gonna download that game Laser Quest or whatever it's called, I forgot.
Laser League,
which we can...
It's the new Rocket League.
Yeah, no, it's not. Anyway.
It's way better.
So you'll love this. So
I get a soccer ball with my bumper.
So I get home, I do a little smoking.
Smoke weed every day.
And I head to the 7-Eleven to get a little snack, okay?
Uh-oh.
So I head down to the 7-Eleven.
Look where this story's going.
Get down to the 7-Eleven right there at Gower in Hollywood. Go in there, say hello to the...
Those guys.
Those guys, because I know them too, unfortunately. I say hi to everyone. I don't know why I'm looking off the camera. Hey, guys. So I get there, and when I'm walking out, I get harassed from 7-Eleven to almost my front step by a homeless dude who will not take no for an answer on me not wanting to give him $1. He's like, I know you got money. I saw you in the 7-Eleven. I'm like, you're a creepy dude. Why are you following me? So it got to it. Honestly, I held this.
It sounds like you're a small guy.
I know.
He doesn't know that you're not tough.
Right,
I mean, I know you're not tough, but he doesn't know that.
That's why I held this story, and I didn't tell you guys. So he follows me, gets me all the way. So now I'm worked up by the time I get almost to my place, because I'm like, when I'm almost to my place, and you're right with me.
Where you live.
You're step by step. Like, what's going on? So he got so aggressive at the end. I'm like, well, I gotta go, buddy. You have a good night. He's like, no, man. You must have $1. And I was like, I do have $1. I'm not giving you $1. I'm going home have a good night. And he steps to my face. I swear to you, he steps to my face and he says, "You're gonna." And when he said that, I didn't obviously punch him because I'm such a baby. But I gave him a shove and he fell down and he stumbled. He was like, "What the f, man?
You no choice.
What the f, man? I'm calling the cops." I'm like, "Please do, so they can take you away from me and I can go to sleep." I just walked in and went to bed. But that happened just last night. I didn't want to tell you on the car ride here because I was like, "Oh, I'll tell these guys this story. What a great story! What a crazy story!" And he stunk.
That's one of the moves. Is harass them incessantly until they'll finally give you a couple bucks just to go away.
Yeah, he followed me from the 7-Eleven to my place. That's a good walk.
That's a bold move for a dude your size. How big was he?
He was some skinny dude. He was probably my height, but he was probably 120 pounds or 150 pounds.
Tell you the female way of doing that. You have your phone with you. You just make it look like you're calling the cops, and you start talking, and you describe what he's wearing. You say, "This guy is following me here. I'm on this street. He looks like this. He's wearing this."
No, I hear you, but I wanted to see how far he was going to go, so I put myself in the position. Once he started following me, I was like,
people stab people in Hollywood.
Do you remember?
I didn't think about that.
Do that.
I didn't think about that.
Do you remember a couple episodes ago when you were talking about how you used to practice the eyebrow lift?
Yeah.
This is when you use the eyebrow lift. He's following you. You turn around. You got to snap it on him. You're snapping on him.
I didn't even think about the eyebrow.
You're snapping on him with the right way, and he knows this guy might be as crazy as I am, and he's gonna look for an easier target. That's their problem. They're gonna have to snap their own look at him, but you got to come with the eyebrow, John.
So those were 3 stories. I thought those were actually 3 pretty decent stories. Truth be told, I came with it this week.
You brought a month's worth of material in one episode.
The comedy we forgot last week.
Bear's been hanging on a bated breath the whole time.
I know. Can everyone see him? Are you on here? Do you want to? You want to say anything to anyone other than this heavy breathing?
All right, so we should probably actually get into the show.
Seriously,
now.
Yeah. Sorry, folks.
We're in. This is a good intro for once. We rolled with some material.
I know, right?
So jumping in, still don't have the commercials back up and running yet, but we're targeting November for a whole relaunch of Gratcast with all sorts of stuff we'll talk about a little later in the episode. One of the things I want to talk about that we don't touch on much is Gratwick from the creative side, John.
Yeah, we really don't, do we?
No, we talk into the nuts and bolts, this, that, and the other thing, but not really on what we're doing project-wise.
Oh, you're right, that's true.
So I'm going to give a little personal plug here. Piggybacking off of the week and tying it into Gratwick, one of the things I've been really spending a ton of time on lately.
What's that?
Is the polishing on the novel, getting it ready. I want to have it completely done by the end of this year.
We haven't discussed this you and I haven't discussed this in a long time.
You know why? Because like 3 or 4 months ago, I was doing a rewrite through the novel, got about 15 pages through it again, and I was like, you know what? This thing's a piece of crap. I don't like anything about this. I don't like it. I was very disappointed.
Would you tear it down and start over again?
No, I just stopped. I just quit on it. I'm like, no, I'm not reading this. I'm not dealing with this anymore.
Okay.
So about two and a half weeks ago, I'm like, you know what? Like, it's time. The company needs this done. I got to start pushing through this. So I've been waking up 6:30 in the morning every morning. Then before I get out of bed, I grab the tablet and knock a chapter out and push them back through.
Okay.
So I'm like, altogether, it's 42 chapters that are through, going through and doing the final polish, make sure everything lines up correctly and all of that.
All right.
So I've been going back through it the past 2 weeks or so, and I don't know what's changed, but I'm reading. I'm like, it's actually really good. I like this is the story. I like this. Let me polish it, fix it up a little bit, and it's doing pretty good. I don't think Bear can get much closer to it.
I don't think either.
But yeah, so the novel has been getting polished, getting worked on, and while that's happening, we're starting to put together a slate of projects. We're starting to look for some little projects that we can work on, some shorts that we can help with.
Okay.
There's a comedy series that we're about to jump on board with and help put that in place. And overall, we need 4 big projects for our WeFunder campaign.
Okay.
We've got Just Drive that's coming. We've got our deal with Esports Labs that's coming.
So that's 2 of 4?
That's 2 of 4.
Okay.
Projects 3 and 4 are the ones we're still really looking for. And really what we're looking for on that, John, is any kind of creative project that needs an opportunity, that needs funding, and has a budget underneath $250,000.
Okay.
This could be a musical. This could be a short. This could be a movie. This could be a record label. Anything. Excuse me. Anything in the creative domain that has some real tangible value to it, has a little bit of momentum behind it, and it's something that we can help and we can push forward and help take it to another level. So that's kind of the broad strokes of what we're looking for with these two projects.
So let me ask a quick question on that.
Sure, fire away.
How are we looking for these projects? I mean, like, say someone's watching and they want to know. They'll come on the Discord and they'll discuss, or...
Well, that's why we got to start talking about it, John, because
right.
we haven't been talking about it much, but we've been working with the publicists and getting a plan behind the scenes to start really telling people and making it known that we are looking for projects.
Okay.
So first and foremost, anybody that wants to be considered for one of these two projects, they can reach out to us and submit at submissions@gratwickproductions.com. All we're looking for now is a little bit of introduction about yourself, what you've been working on, and a short, brief paragraph about what that project is that you would like to see come to fruition. If we like it and we're interested, we'll look up a little bit more information about you, and if we think we can help, we'll respond and we'll get a dialogue going with that. One of these two projects, we really want to be a Buffalo project, though. We want to find somebody in the Buffalo community that's looking for an opportunity, looking for some support and some backing and their opportunity to prove what they can do. So to get that done, John, we're putting together a press release. We're going back to Buffalo at the end of the month. We're going to be back there from the 26th to the 29th.
Nice.
Going to the Bills Monday night game.
I'm not giving you anything for that.
Oh, come on, man.
Okay.
And as we mentioned, I think it was last week, we're probably going to have a live Gratcast from the Bills tailgate party.
So you said.
We're still working on the details. Hopefully by next Monday, I think we'll have the tailgate details worked out. But we're going back that week, really, to look for projects, to meet with some people in the creative community, meet with people in the filmmaking community, and really put our ears to the ground and see if we can find the next great filmmaker, the next great storyteller, whatever we can help out within the community and find somebody to prop up. That's what we're going back looking for.
And then once we get to that point, victory. So that's always good.
Remove that one from our catalog of sound effects, John. That was atrocious.
No, that's ta-da.
See, people like ta-da. People like ta-da.
I'm not a big fan of that sound effect, John.
Well, that's fine. Would you rather do this one?
Chewy doesn't like it either. See?
No, and neither does his good buddy.
So yeah, if you've got a creative project you want us to consider, if you need a little help with something and you want some feedback, you want some insight, reach out to us at submissions@gratwickproductions.com. Hopefully Andrea's got the picture up on screen with the little email address and all the call to action text that you need. But other than that, Buffalo's going to be a good time. We're excited to go back. There's going to be the Code Sox party on Friday night, October 26th. Fred Jackson just got announced with that. That's going to be a huge, awesome party the weekend.
Oh, that's right, the Sox.
My show notes just crashed.
No.
And then the big part is the tailgate party. We had a couple surprises planned for the tailgate party. We're not sure if we're going to be able to pull them all off. One of the surprises is a guy named Bill's dad, not Bill, but Buffalo Bill's dad, and he does these great videos every single week, John. I don't know if you guys got anybody like this with the Lions, probably not.
No, we don't.
But every single week, he's got his little Bills Bar basement, and
I mean something, but it doesn't sound like his.
He takes a popular song, rewrites the lyrics to be a Bills song.
Yeah, no one I've seen do that.
And he sings to the camera, puts it out on Twitter.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody loves it.
I guess.
Bunch of clowns always try to troll him and be a dick. I mean, why you got to give the guy a hard time? He's like in his 50s.
It's like the guys dancing in the stadiums, right? Like on the aisles, and they're like, "Oh, it's the guy. It's the dancing Bill."
Yeah. But so we were talking to him about doing a live performance at our tailgate party at the Monday night game. Yeah, we're gonna get him a mic.
I mean, you might as well.
Oh, dude, it was gonna be
seriously.
awesome.
What was?
Well, his wife had to go to the emergency room last week. They've got some health stuff that they're hoping passes and works through. So we're sending our thoughts and concerns with them. That'll be able to make the Monday Night Football game at all, let alone do a special performance in that. But yeah, so we're hoping to have some cool stuff at the tailgate party. Hoping Bill's dad and Bill's mom pulls through it just fine for the night, and everybody's all okay. But one way or the other, John, we're going to be at that game, and we're doing a Gratcast.
I look forward to it. Who are you playing again?
That's secondary to the fact we're all going to have a good fun Monday night.
That just means he doesn't know.
No, I know exactly who we're playing.
Who are you playing?
I mean, who else would we be playing on a Monday night game where the result of the opponent is irrelevant?
Patriots.
See, even Andrea knows.
Jeez, are you really playing the Patriots?
Of course we are.
Gosh, I'm so sorry.
It's gonna be another Monday Night Massacre.
Oh my gosh! And it's in Buffalo. Oh, but it doesn't matter because it's the Patriots, and they always just
somebody in Buffalo will do some drunk, stupid thing that gets us on Deadspin. It's why we go like 6-7 years of pop without getting a Monday night game. We can't handle it, John.
Jesus.
We can't handle it.
It's horrible, bro. It's horrible.
Yeah, so moving on.
Let's move.
We'll have more details about the tailgate party next week.
It'll be fun. It'll be good stuff.
We're gonna talk E-Labs, John.
Esports Labs, yeah.
Yep.
And the tournament, right?
Yeah, we can talk about the tournament.
Is that what we're gonna walk in with? I'll walk in with it.
Yeah.
Saturday we tested out a free tournament on Esports Labs.
We participated in a test tournament.
It was a test tournament, and it was interesting.
Yeah.
It was a Fortnite tournament. So the way it works, it's a bracket.
I never played that style before.
I didn't either.
I don't play much Fortnite, but
they don't have that normally. You have to like go through people who host the tournaments. Otherwise,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
that's what I thought. Like that's the whole point.
But
of
what I
Battle
had
Royale.
seen was with the tournaments, I've seen a couple that I've watched, and I don't know why I did that. And there's a code that you enter. So it's like when this particular server hosts it, they put out a code, and then you just type in the code, and then you join the server, and then everyone's on the same tournament. Well, the way these tournaments work are you have to go to the site and register and do everything and become part of that, and then they put you in a bracket, and then you have to communicate with your opponents, who actually, the way this one worked, it was duos and duos on the same squad, but it was who killed more people and or who lasted the longest.
Yeah, as a tiebreaker.
And it was interesting, but I gotta say, it wasn't quite as simple as I thought to unfortunately link up.
Well, I think that's exactly why they're having the test tournaments, because they're starting to work out the kinks with the website.
Good.
All of that type of stuff. There was definitely some simple drilling down issues that I think some of the information, like finding the screen names of the opponents that you're supposed to play, could be a little more easily accessible on the top side. But like the format was really weird to me, because like we were trying it and we were playing in it from the broadcasting perspective.
Right.
Like coming up, we're gonna start bringing the announcers and the stream, and we're gonna have all of that done for Esports Labs. So we wanted to really get into one of the tournaments, see what it felt like, see where we could have the camera situated in all of this. And one of the things I was super excited about, and talking to our guy Travis, that's gonna help set all of this esports broadcast stuff up, is a lot of these battle royale. Wow, that almost turned into a total train wreck.
Right down the drain.
So a lot of these battle royale games or formats, they have the ability for you to ghost in the game and either watch or spectate or broadcast.
And by ghost, you mean like a floating camera, so you can take it anywhere you want.
Yeah. So like if you're the Fortnite character and you're running around and I'm camera guy, you wouldn't see me as a person in the map or anything. You wouldn't know I'm there.
Okay.
But I'm basically a digital camera floating wherever I want.
An invisible camera, right?
I can jump into any of the players' person's perspective.
Sure.
And that's how the cameramen are doing these broadcasts and all that. They're moving throughout the entire map.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the streams, and like what we were talking about doing, is having 2 or 3 camera guys running around the map in different sections.
Mm-hmm.
So they're always looking for where the action's going down.
Yeah.
And then there's a producer that's manning the module, cutting between the three different streams to make sure our broadcasters always have where the action's going down up on the screen that they're talking about and doing.
Right.
But with the way E-Labs was doing these tournaments, each bracket is a different match. You're not all
exactly.
battling out in the same Fortnite battle.
It's actually even a different match within the same bracket. Remember, because we had to either kill or win that one, and it was the best 2 of 3, or it was the whatever it was, because we won the 2. One is a relative term, but we beat the other team, but we didn't. And then the second one, remember, we just quit. We just quit out, so we didn't no need to even finish.
Me and John always creating a controversy against these poor little kids.
Don't know why.
So the duos get into a 4-man squad, and everyone plays in their own Fortnite match, and it's whoever has the most kills by the time you're all knocked out, and if it's a tie, the person that lasts longest survives. So me and John jump in with these two, what ultimately sounded like 2 little kids once we had to get on the mics with them and sort out who won and lost. And the first match goes down. John and I land on the floating island, look for some stuff. John gets killed real quick.
It happens.
They got killed real quick, but the two of them got killed real quick. So now it's just me, and we're down a kill.
Yep.
And I'm the last guy you want to need a kill
That's a fact.
for anything.
That's a fact.
But I got lucky. The first gun I found was a gold shotgun.
Yep.
Got it, turned around, right as this guy was coming at me, boom, got our kill, and down I went. So we won. One kill, tie. We lasted longer.
Oh, we lasted longer.
Next match starts. And immediately... These two kids are dead on entry.
Yeah, they went to. If anyone's watching this knows the game, they went to Tilted Towers probably to try to get as many kills as they could. But they were the ones who got killed, and we just hung around.
So they're down. They're down and dead in 20 seconds into the match, and have no kills, and we have no kills, and we're still alive. We're geared to the teeth and ready for the long haul if we were just playing.
Oh yeah.
But so everyone else on the brackets, we're looking on the website. They're all and in the chat. They're all already moved on to the next round. Our bracket's the only one left unfilled. Me and John are trying to figure out, are we supposed to play this out? Because this could go on for another 10, 15 minutes. We're locked and loaded.
Definitely.
Or are we holding up round 2? So we got the impression we were holding up round 2. So we quit out of the match and went into the chat and started looking for our next opponents. Because John also had the deadline of having to run off to work and leave me hanging in the money tournament.
J.O.B.
So... all of a sudden, these kids are in. They're like, "Hey, we move on, man. Our guys quit. They jumped out of the game. They quit the game. We get to move on." And all sorts of controversy broke out. We had to sort it out. Had to get in the Discord voice chat, get a whole explanation on it, and
like an official ruling.
Yeah, we needed an official ruling. These kids learned a tough lesson, John.
But yeah,
two tough 30-second tie losses.
Yeah, and this is how these kids must have felt that night.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Yeah, I bet, guys.
That leaves a sour taste in your mouth. Back-to-back ties, and they quit out as soon as they beat you.
Yeah, I guess it would. I was really looking forward to actually going out that second match, to be honest. But you were like, "No, we should quit." I'm like, "We're in a great position. We got a lot of good weapons. Like, let's just carry it." And you're like, "Nah, we should probably quit." So then we quit.
Yeah.
Then
we quit the whole tournament and let the second round guys move on.
Well, those second round guys, we couldn't even get in touch with them.
We couldn't even figure out how to get in touch with them. That's a little bug.
That took about 25 minutes, too. We could have probably played them.
And so the whole time I'm thinking about, like, if we're broadcasting these, how what are we supposed to be doing with the carryover between round 1 and round 2 here? There's nothing going on because everyone's trying to sort it out. So it's a good reason we're having test matches.
Yes.
Because you got to sort out all this logistics on number 1, making sure the website's up and running, making sure all the people that play know exactly what they're doing, how to find each other, and then we got to know what's getting broadcast and where it's going. So yeah, doing the test tournaments.
Let's hope we get there soon.
The beauty of the test tournaments is once it's all done, we're gonna have a new studio.
A new studio.
A new studio, because this is kind of our new studio.
A new studio.
Yeah. Gratcast has taken over the garage. We are. It's a work in progress. It's going to take the rest of the month. I don't know if the picture's on screen right now, if it's coming on screen. But this garage is a Hollywood relic. There's a lot of old film canisters, reels.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of,
boxes and boxes of VHS tapes.
Yeah, spiders, cobwebs,
liquor bottles from when somebody jumped on the wagon.
Creepy crawlies.
Plywood, paneling, bags and bags of dirt from the grow room that used to be what is going to be now the control room.
Yep.
It is a project and an endeavor that we've definitely taken on and bit off here.
Which to me just sounds like a whole bunch of drama.
Yeah. John has already called dibs on supervisor role during cleanups. You
duped me over here. I didn't even have the clothes, so I'm glad you didn't give me too much.
You need to start building some Twitter followers or something here, John, because you're like a pampered princess on the Gratcast show. You get catered to and from set. It revolves around you, and you've got no audience. You've got no star power, and we're treating you like a star here, John.
Well, you knew I didn't have a vehicle when we did this. And you were the ones who had to move to Sylmar. To Sylmar! Do you know where that is? I bet you don't know where it is.
The top of the valley.
Look where Los Angeles is, and look where Hollywood is, rather, and then look where Sylmar is.
I just remembered another one of the sound bites you got to get for one of our clips,
What's
John.
that? We can't do the Casey Kasem.
Beautiful! San Fernando Valley. Living the sweet life.
I wonder if that's on here, and if it is, I'll let you know.
Oh, it's got to be on there. But anyway, yeah. So we're building a green screen stage. It's ultimately going to be the new sound stage for Gratcast. It's also going to be the broadcast studios for all of the eLab sports tournaments that they're running and all of that. So we're gonna start grooming a broadcast team, John. These guys that can do the Fortnite camera work, and apparently I didn't know this, but Travis told me a lot of the guys that do the play-by-play. They're doing the whole camera work while trying to do the play-by-play of the whole thing with that. They're doing both.
Well, I mean, that seems like it could be a mixed bag. It seems like it could be good because if you're good with the camera, then you know where you're going and you know what you're going to say because you know where you know where the action is. So you just take the camera in. You're like, okay, we're moving in here on this team. Blah blah blah. I mean, I assume with practice, one could do it.
This is I was shocked to hear this, but this is becoming a real professional skill set. Like
I told you,
video game, not streamers, but the cameramen.
Oh yeah,
that are in the game doing all of
that.
Oh
yeah.
And guys that can do the broadcast too.
Yeah. Well, I told Chris I watched a PlayerUnknown's Battleground tournament that was for PC only, but at that time when I watched it, it was live. And it was interesting. I didn't know that the cameramen were the announcers as well. But the announcers, I told you, it was very funny because they were just like, I can't quote the teams, but it's like, and Team Blue's moving up to the vehicle. Oh, they're going to take the vehicle. Oh, excellent move. Oh, Team Purple sneaking around. Check it out. Oh, they're like very quiet. I'm like where's the excitement? Where's the roar? But it was interesting because it was just different.
They're going to give away their position.
Yeah, I know. But that was fun. And then I saw, I think, one for another one, and they were much more... Like, wow, look at this. Oh, they headshot. Oh, boom. And they were much more into it. Yeah, it was real interesting. Real interesting, though.
Yeah, so we're hoping to have the soundstage up and running by November. But if there's anyone else that's looking for opportunities in esports broadcasting, camera work, help us build the soundstage, be one of the broadcast guys. We're looking for volunteers early on.
Yeah, definitely.
So what the goal is the first 2 months, the rest of this year, basically November, December, once the stage is up. We're looking for volunteers to help us out, do the streaming, start getting a team in place, iron out all the details with this, and start getting it to a professional point. And then going forward next year, we're going to have a little bit of a budget. People will get paid for their time doing the broadcasts and the streams, and it'll be a real job opportunity that has a chance to grow. So if you're looking to get into esports broadcasting and you're in the Los Angeles area, ideally close to the top of the valley, we'd love to have you reach out to us, send us a message, and volunteer to be on our broadcast team
and help do it help us from the ground up. It'll help you and it'll help everyone else. So
you might be the Tony Romo of Fortnite.
There is that.
Yep.
Tony Romo. Oh, okay.
He's doing broadcast now, John.
No, I was thinking of Tony Robbins. So why would you bring up Tony Robbins? But you didn't.
I didn't bring up Tony
So,
Robbins.
I
You
did.
certainly did. You need a little motivation,
A little
John?
motivation. Yeah,
Here's some motivation for you, John. We've got a fresh new batch of Discord questions.
Discord questions! Oh, nice. Let's get them.
All right, what do we got?
Okay, well, this is a topic first. We're going to start with this one from Sammy.
Topic.
Topic.
I'll take it. What do you got, Sammy?
The remake of the movie Red Sonja, which is supposed to be a female empowerment movie, has just hired for their directing re-debut.
2 weeks ago, I
Is
think.
the sexual assaultist, rapist, and pedophiliac Brian Singer.
Alleged.
Oh, he was sexual assault as well? It wasn't just pedophilia?
It's all sorts of alleged.
It was the whole
alleged
gamut?
conduct.
Child is also included. It's an assault.
See.
There's a whole lot altogether.
Did he like little boys or little girls?
Not only did he get this awesome directing job that should have gone to, in
So weird.
the idea of the film, to a woman, just should have, for a female empowerment movie, he's charging $10 million for his services.
So is the problem on him or them for hiring him?
It's both of them.
Right?
The whole thing.
Well, exactly.
The whole thing is a shot across the bow of the whole women's empowerment movement, the whole Me Too movement, all of it. It's a what are you going to do about it? You think Kavanaugh in politics is shoving it in the face and saying we don't care about your outrage. This to me is worse on the spite level, on the blatancy of. Yeah, we know why he was fired from that project, and we don't give a damn. We're going to use it to our advantage and boost our appeal because you bunch of whiny people that are all complaining for equal justice and treat each other fairly in the workplace and all this stuff, we don't care. We're just going to ignore you and downright do something right in spite of you, and what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? You going to blacklist our movie? Fine. We don't care. It's just, to me, it's such a line in the sand for them of doing it. For almost to the point of they're doing it for the negative attention. Go get angry. Talk about us.
Because at that point, then any attention is good attention, even if it's negative. I'm guessing that's the idea.
The people we're talking about,
creating
the mindsets that we're dealing
right?
with in old Hollywood, that's the holy grail of mantras.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Just a big giant ball of poop. I can't. That's what I think.
To me, it's an unbelievable slap in the face to the current culture.
But there's clearly a reason why they did it. And so what did has anyone? Because I didn't even read the article. Obviously, did anyone say like why they chose to hire him? Like, Brian's an accredited director and this and that,
for the same reason when a superstar athlete gets kicked off a team for domestic abuse, or the most expensive college football coach in the country gets fired for banging interns and lying about it. There's always another college or team that's going to sign those guys and scoop them up and say, hey, we got to steal, because that guy would never come here in any other circumstances, but he needs to rehab himself, so that we've got a shot at somebody we would never have before. It's worse than scab behavior.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to change complete mood there then.
Perfect.
All right, Sammy. Everyone agrees with Sammy.
Next time, we need a question mark in the form of a question, Sammy.
Yes.
And, hey, that was a good topic.
Don't make us get Alex.
And speaking of burning, California is in a permanent drought. Misery and Mayhem would like to know, what are your thoughts on people keeping green lawns? Should they do something differently?
Ooh, we're getting back to the lawn wars?
No, not the lawnmowers. The watering of the grass.
No, not lawnmowers. Lawn wars.
Oh, wars.
Ratting out your neighbors because their lawn's too green.
Hey, my neighbor's lawn is too.
And everyone's limited, and your neighbor's running his thing, and you can't even take a shower every day. Are you gonna rat him out?
I'm yay America. I'm yay planet Earth. I'm yay environment and climate. But when it comes to the water issues, I don't give a damn. I honestly don't give a damn. Because there's water everywhere, and as soon as it becomes that serious, somebody's going to figure out how to, number one, manufacture water, which I've already seen in like Africa and stuff. They've got billboards and signs that collect water and moisture from the air, and Congress, everyone can go down and get drops there. And the biggest thing, we can send somebody to Mars. Apparently, we've allegedly been to the moon. We can do all of this crazy stuff, but we can't take salt out of the water on a mass scale. We can't use the ocean water.
No, have we really gone to the moon and Mars?
Can't crack that nut.
Michigan still doesn't have water, and you're making it seem like this is just.
Wait. What did you just say? I missed that.
Flint, Michigan still doesn't have drinking water.
No, you're
making it seem like water's.
They have access to water. What they don't have is.
Not drinking.
Let me finish. They have access to water, clean water. What they don't have is the pipelines to get the clean water from point A to point B's all over the place. They have clean water that they could have come to them if their pipe system was correct. California has no water, apparently. And again, we're right on the ocean. So until this can be pumped in and the salt removed from it on a mass scale, the water's not that much of a critical level. Because I guarantee that discovery will be made tomorrow if it doesn't already exist. The second it's really bad.
Oh my.
So to my point is this, and I know I discussed this with you a little bit earlier because I know we touched on this one. So I believe that the fact that California is in a drought. Okay, it doesn't rain a lot. I understand that. Whatever. To me, it's not about the private sector to have to save the water. It's not about the little people who are, you took 3 showers today. Okay, is that excessive? Probably. But there's enough you can do that. I told you this earlier, too. I believe, don't quote me, I know it's a lot. 1 almond it takes to grow a gallon of water for 1 almond, and California grows a ton of almonds. Stop growing almonds and stop the industrial complex from using all this unnecessary fresh water so we can drink it. Like, you can take your farm and move to another state or something where there's more water.
First of all,
natural water.
I'll do you 2 better.
Even better, please.
Number 1 with the farms, vertically integrated crop silos.
Yes.
For hydroponics, use so much less water, so much less soil, so much less space. It's absurd that there's not glass crop silos everywhere. Venus Project for the win. Number 1. Number 2, and more importantly on this, Los Angeles specifically, they said this last time that the water problem was all going on. Our freaking infrastructure is crumbling and so decayed that more water is lost in leakage underground and through the pipe systems and all of this than the whole city actually uses in a year's time.
Yeah.
So if you want to solve the problem, me taking a shorter shower isn't going to solve the problem. You fixing your leaky ass pipes from 150 years ago, that's going to start solving some problems.
I can even take one step a little bit farther than that now that I think about it. Because I remember when we were in the drought the last time, I took a couple of videos. So where I live in Hollywood, I live on the street called Franklin. And these apartment complexes water their lawns, whatever time they water them. Okay, you know that. Obviously, you've seen it. There's a few where it looks like it's not even like not even them. It's not even like like it's a spray.
Neighbors.
It's like a hose that shoots up and lands on the middle of the sidewalk, and it just runs. I'm like, you're telling me there's a drought and you're watering the concrete? What? Huh? That makes no sense. Stop telling me there's a drought when you're allowing people to do this. And now you can't offer water to people because we don't have enough. They have to ask for the water. And then we have these plastic straw bans. But everywhere I go, I see plastic straws. Everywhere I go.
See, that's the part of the problem in a lot of the issues and waste that is so prevalent in the infrastructure that was built in the 1900s, the 1900s. All of this stuff it's all decaying and falling apart at the seams. Before you start infringing and overtaxing the population and making us pay for it, and it's our fault that the planet's dying, why don't you get your waste under control? Get all of the flaws in the system ironed out and working smoothly. Here's I know this is spiraling off into a tremendous tangent.
It'll happen.
But here we go. There's a huge traffic problem in California. Oh, there's traffic everywhere. There's cars everywhere. People, can't get anywhere. Everyone's road raged out of their mind. It's 2018 and we've got all this technology, yet there's no damn sensors on any of these traffic lights. Why am I waiting 2 minutes at times when there's no traffic coming from the other damn direction and we're backed up to the moon, up the off-ramp because we got to wait for the light to change? Now, granted, it would be much more efficient, and that's what I was looking for a few minutes ago with the efficiency in the entire system. It would be so much more efficient if the light just changed because nobody's coming from the other way, but we've got to wait for that clock to tip down. It's insane. But yet, I'll drive in some luxury neighborhood in some suburb of even Buffalo. I've been in an upper class suburb, and I know for a fact those lights are on sensors. As soon as you pull up at 2 a.m. and there's no one there, boom, it's changing from your side.
Oh, really? Wow, I never had that.
Oh, yeah.
I never had that
Yeah.
in Michigan.
Oh yeah, censored traffic lights have been around for at least a decade, if not 20 plus years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and this isn't a mainstream adoption yet in the city with the most congested traffic in the world. Come on.
Yeah, I still see those cameras on the lights that they're not supposed to even use, but I still see them taking photos. People will drive through. It's like,
they still use them.
I was told you don't have to pay those tickets if it happens.
I've heard that too, but it still happens. Like I went to a court for a no turn on red, and the lady was, "Is that your face in the picture?" Not me, but like the other people are running red lights. Is that your face in the picture? Yeah, no, that's your ticket.
I had a friend when I first moved here in 2000. Not a friend, acquaintance who became a friend. He said when he drive through and he knew it was a light, he would lower the visor, the sun thing, and he would go through the light, and he would just go like this, so you couldn't see his face. And that's how he would do it, because if they're like, that's your face, that's your face. If they can't prove it's you, then they can't ticket you.
The whole picture thing to me is ridiculous in the first place. If that's your car and you lend it to some jackass that goes around running traffic lights and all that stuff, then you get the money from him. But that's a violation. You gave him the car. He's driving like a jackass around. You should be responsible for it. I'm of the point that traffic is so reckless at this point that the city should issue you a voluntary dashboard cam if you want, that the city has wireless access to track and find traffic violations. And if more than two traffic cameras or dash cams catch a car doing a traffic violation, they're automatically sent the ticket. Doesn't matter who was driving. Goes to the registered user, so be responsible about who you let use your car.
Okay.
And then whoever's traffic cameras caught the traffic incident, they would get like 5% or whatever of the fee. So you're getting a whole lot much more revenue for the city. Everyone's getting a little share on the violation things. Everyone's going to have no idea who's got these dashboard cameras on their cars, so everyone's going to start driving a little more respectful because they're going to get tired of the flood of violations that are coming in the mail. Mm-hmm. and we bring a little law and order back to these streets.
I mean, it sounds interesting, but they're probably not going to do it for the simple fact that they're just going to push to the automated vehicles anyway, and then you don't even need it.
Holy... I completely forgot what did happen to me this week, John.
No, oh, let's go back to the beginning of the show, everyone. So that was
I rode in a Tesla this week.
A what?
Yeah, man, I rode in a Tesla this week, dude.
The Roadster, Tesla Roadster.
No, it wasn't a Roadster. No. It was the 4-door sedan version.
Oh, the new one. Okay.
Dude, the front dashboard is so freaking minimalistic. It's unbelievable. When I say minimalistic, there's nothing. It's just the front dash without any buttons, levers. There isn't even like fans or air conditioning or anything like that. It's just a big giant, what looks like an Apple screen. And like it's huge, it's bigger than your computer screen there, right in the middle of the dashboard, and it looks like one of them sweet jukeboxes at the bar.
Okay.
And it's got all your music on there and that, and it's just hypnotizing. You want to look at it the whole time you're driving.
Yeah, great. That's what you need in your car, something you want to stare at instead of the road. Sounds good.
That's why it's self-driving.
This thing takes.
Oh, it is.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh.
But it's that asking for an accident self-driving. So apparently in the next update, it'll be able to follow your navigation directions. Okay. So when you just put in your destination. So right now, it only can stay on a single road. So if you're going to be on the highway for a while, you can put it in auto mode and it'll do everything fine. But like every minute or so, you got to put your hands back on the wheel. So it knows that you're there.
So that's still really in the new
so
stages.
it's this awkward hybrid area between. It's kind of driving itself, but it's not really driving itself, that I think just asks for trouble. Okay. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. You know how when we leave the canyon here, we go down the hill and it's got the windy roads?
Yeah.
So the guy driving it puts it into the self-driving mode, and we go around the turn, and it's going the full speed limit, but the full speed limit around this turn makes you feel like, is the car going to make the turn?
Because it's super fast.
So
right?
he grabs the wheel and makes the turn there, and I asked him, I'm like, did you have to grab the wheel there? He's like, well, the car's supposed to make that turn, but I haven't trusted it enough yet to let it make that turn on its own yet. So it's just a little wiggle there, but it is so slick, man. Like when we were going the on-ramp up to, you're like a roller coaster. You just feel yourself going into the seat.
No, I can appreciate, I suppose, the speed of it and the power behind it, but I'm still the self-driving. Yeah, I tell people all the time, I'm like, was there a steering wheel in the car?
Oh yeah, of course there's a steering wheel in the car.
Oh, he had to, because you just said he took the wheel. But eventually there won't be, right? Eventually there won't be. And my issue, just real quick. So my issue is this. I talk to the Uber drivers, and I say, the difference between a self-driving car and an Uber driver is, say you get a flat tire, or something happens.
Tires aren't going to go flat in the future, John.
Sure, we'll be hovering, I'm sure. We'll be hovering.
No. They have tires that don't do air anymore. So they can run over all.
Didn't they have something like that in Demolition Man? Remember that? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
It's coming to fruition.
I said I would trust a human's instincts more than I would trust. If a computer chip blows, the car can just go into oncoming traffic because the chip blew and it doesn't know. It doesn't register that you're going to go into traffic. Whereas a human, if something goes wrong, they're like, oh, at least there's some kind of, like, let's get to safety, as opposed to what's going on. Boom, and then everyone's...
Well, see, that to me, just by being on the highway with him letting the wheel go by itself and that, and because it's this mix mash between manual and automated driving,
yeah.
You gotta be ready to grab the wheel at any moment in time. Which, if your hands are on the wheel, your reaction time is as fast as it can be. If your hands are on your lap or looking at your phone, and jackass in front of you cuts you off, the car's not going to respond to it fast enough to do anything about it.
Exactly.
You're going to have to do, and that reaction time to get your hands back on the wheel is going to be, to me, it's going to be the difference maker. Because it just... I've seen too many crazy incidents on people where they just completely think that you don't exist and cut you off in a way that car's not going to be able to handle, and it's going to have no idea that the other car is coming out of nowhere.
But don't get me wrong, because I understand that the idea behind that is that when all cars are self-driving, then they'll be able to sense each other, and no one's going to cut you off because it'll be seamless.
That's why I don't see how we have half and half. Like, I don't even understand the manual and the auto in the same car, let alone some cars are auto, some cars aren't, because people are going to be cutting those things off all
because they're going to pussyfoot it. They're going to just baby it until it gets to where they want to be. Because didn't a woman die last year or something?
Well,
or this year, someone got in an accident and died. Is that not true?
Yeah, but it was her fault, not the car's fault.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, she basically at the last second in the pitch black dark ran out in front of a car 2 feet away from him and got drilled. Basically, she acted like a deer. Okay, do we have any more Discord questions?
Yep, we have 2 left.
Okay.
We're gonna get back to questions?
What do we got?
Okie dokie.
We give people their money for their answers.
Yeah, right.
Who?
What do you, Kelly,
Oh, Big Cal.
what do you do when your family, loved ones, or close friends are in your business too much?
Ooh. All of a sudden, it's Ann Landers over here, John.
Well, yeah, what the heck's going on over there? What really turned on a dime?
Hey, we
In my business too much?
you can offer relationship advice.
They're too involved. They have an opinion.
You
about
moved to
too many
California.
things that maybe they should back the hell out. So your reaction
Really the
either
answer.
way, They still call.
Did you hear what he
They still
said?
see your
Oh.
Facebook, you know.
Yeah, but then it's a little easier.
She always misses the zingers.
Yeah, I know. It's a little it's a little easier to avoid if you've moved to California and if they're calling and texting. Now, mind you, no one has done this to me, so I don't have to deal with it. But if I did, at this point in my life, I'd be like, hey, listen, you know what? I appreciate you. I care about you. Stop being so damn nosy. That's what I would just say. Stop being nosy. When I want to share something, I'll share it. Like, that's just how it is. When I was younger now, I'd probably just, oh, yeah, okay. I was more of a people pleaser. I tried to, please everyone. I was still a little selfish, but I'm more selfish now, and I can appreciate that. What about you?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever had,
Somebody too into your business.
No. It's always the opposite. Is it anybody?
Is anyone curious at all what's going on? Anyone
Still
here?
I'm still live out there.
Bueller, right?
But, no, I don't know. I maybe, I don't know if my temperament just isn't, the temperament that's anyone's going to be like, I want to be way up in that dude's business.
Yeah, I've never had it. No one's been so curious. Have you? Have you had someone just into what you were doing that they just needed to know and it was overbearing?
I just think I'm too good at passive aggressiveness for that to fly.
A little more as friends.
I hear you. Oh, more than friends. So it was like a relation,
No, it's more like girlfriends will care a little more and push a subject to a point where you don't want to keep talking about it. Like, it might be an issue and you were telling a story, but then
Is that true? Do girlfriends do that?
Well, John, all I can say on this topic is they tell you if there's ever signs to ask, are you okay?
And then when they say, yeah, I'm fine.
And then
even though
when you show you
not.
care and you ask, are you okay? They lose their mind and flip out. So you never know what you're going to get, John, when you try to be a good Samaritan and you try to lend a hand out, whether they're going to let you pull them up or they're going to pull you down.
That's how I feel. I definitely. That's okay. Well, fair enough. Did we answer? Did we do that? Did we do that okay?
The solution is to move to another state and apparently they'll never track you down again or care.
Change your number if that doesn't work. That doesn't work.
I've never had anyone stalk me, nothing.
Next question.
Yeah, let's go.
Final question from Discord. Emily wants to know.
Emily, my favorite question asker.
October, and she had an awesome mystic reading this Saturday.
Oh, nice.
Do you believe in spirits or ghosts?
Well, I almost thought you were going to ask about if I ever had a reading. That would have been a little more interesting. Not that it's a bad question, because it actually is a good question. Believe in spirits? Yeah. I believe we are spiritual beings having an earthly experience or a human experience.
Have you ever had a situation that you couldn't explain?
I mean, I imagine I must have, but I can't think of one off the top of my head. What about you? You must have.
I have a very distinct one.
Well, hit me with it. So,
I'm one of these people when it comes to spirits and ghosts and stuff like that I want blissful ignorance. Because either answer to me is terrible. If there are no ghosts and spirits and stuff, then when we die, we're dead. That's the end of the story.
Okay.
And if there are ghosts and spirits and stuff, that's terrifying. So growing up as a kid, I used to have the blanket rule. That as long as my entire body was covered by the blanket, I was invincible, and no matter what was outside the blanket or hovering over the bed or all of that going on outside of the blanket, couldn't touch me, couldn't protect.
Okay, so you had your impenetrable shield, the blanket. I got it.
So 20-some years later, as a 20-something-year-old adult, I'm living with a buddy in my great-grandparents' house in downtown Buffalo. And this house is old. No basement, on a concrete slab, The walls have paper for insulation from like 1907 and stuff on it.
Oh, nice.
The entire first floor was only heated by a big giant space heater in the middle of the living room.
Okay.
And you had to hang up blankets in the winter to cut off the other rooms so at least one room would stay warm.
Oh, damn, that sounds...
Oh yeah. We had a broom,
wow.
we had a broomstick next to the toilet to break the freaking toilet water so you could go to the
No
bathroom.
way.
Because you had to cut off all the heat in there, so when it got real cold and it's snowy out there, the bathroom that was off of the kitchen, and the kitchen was off of the living room, so you had to close the living room off. And,
oh, jeez.
and the bathroom...
No way. Are you kidding?
In there. Oh, yeah, it was
Dude,
crazy.
that's ridiculous.
So anyway, this same kitchen, there was a set of stairs that went off the kitchen right next to the living room there to the second floor. And the second floor...
Secret stairs.
Might as well have been an attic. It was kind of like there was a little open space landing at the top of the stairs. Then there was what we tried to have a bedroom several times, but I couldn't sleep up there.
Too cold?
No. Like we had a space heater up there in the
okay.
winter and all of that. So yeah, it would be cold without
But
space heater.
It wasn't comfortable at all.
No, it was just creepy as shit.
Yeah,
it was like sleeping in the attic of a creepy old house.
Did you see like the wood slats look like that type of attic and like the insulation, or it was
sort of, kind of.
It was
like a step up above that, but a step below drywall. So.
Oh, that doesn't sound good at all.
My grandparents' bedroom themselves was underneath the stairs that went upstairs.
Okay.
And that was off the living room where the space heater is there.
Okay.
So that's the bedroom that I had while I was living in here. And my buddy that apparently wasn't as afraid of supernatural type stuff.
Okay.
He had the bedroom upstairs.
Okay.
So one night I'm in bed sleeping and he was gone. He was at his parents' house or whatever. And I hear somebody go up the stairs, and like literally, the stairs is right above my.
So you're saying
bedroom.
You hear someone's footsteps going up the steps?
Like clear as day.
Okay. Okay.
I hear
So
the
it clearly
footsteps
couldn't
go-
be the house settling, right? It was nothing like that.
No, it wasn't a creak.
Okay. Okay.
So I hear the footsteps go upstairs, and I just assume my buddy got home. Mm-hmm. So I text my buddy. I'm like, hey, are you home? What's up? You want to grab beer? Whatever. Just shoot him a hey, what's up text.
Sure.
Doesn't respond. And then I hear the...
So you just assume it's him.
I hear the person coming down the steps.
Okay.
And I'm like, what the fuck? So I yell out, I'm like, Dave! Nobody responds. Then, hear him run up the steps. I'm like, Dave? Now the fear's...
Now you're getting, yeah.
Now I've got the blanket locked down like I'm 7 years old again. I'm underneath there. I'm texting Dave. I'm like, dude, what are you doing, man? Up the stairs. Down the stairs.
Really?
Up the stairs. Down the stairs. I'm freaking out now.
Okay.
And all of a sudden he texts back. He says, I'm still at my mom's house. I'm like, yo, you got to be kidding me. He's like, no, I'm still at my mom's house. And I hear us running up and down the stairs. And I'm just laying there, bunkered down in a blanket.
So you didn't horror movie? You didn't go open the door just to look?
No, because I'm trying to like will it into like this isn't really happening now. So I just stayed there on lockdown. Well, now I'm terrified to even look out my blanket because in my head the spirits are like hovered right over my blanket, like waiting to lock eyes with me.
Yeah.
So I just frozen, just gripping the blanket, waited, and finally like, it stopped for a little while, and like I don't think my feet touched the ground. I freaking jumped out of the bed, ran through the living room, out the front door, got my car. Never like I never slept there in the house again. Well, I had moved out, and it was shortly. That was
wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was weird as hell.
So you believe in spirits then? Is that the answer to the question? That story made it seem like you were trying to describe that it might have been a spirit. So you have no idea what was running up and down the steps. It could have been a person, but
there's no way.
Why would it have been? Right? Why
Because
would
there was never
been?
any door noises or anything. There's no way they came in. There was no way they came out. No,
I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah, it was a
kind of want to know what
moment.
it was.
Neither one of my grandparents died in that house,
okay.
but both, like, one of them was born in there, and I think they lived there for 70 some years in there. And I think they were the only ones in that house. So I don't like. There's no like dead baby like haunted story or anything like that there.
Okay, I mean that's good.
Yeah, no, that was it.
Do you believe in spirits? You do?
Yeah.
No, once I get something like that, I'm not coming back.
We used to call that the heebie-jeebies. I don't know why.
Oh, I feel chills and stuff like that all the time. Like, there's been a million times where, and probably because, like, I'm paranoid about this crap, but, like, if I'm at the back of the line and it's dark behind us, I always feel like something's following me.
Really?
Always.
In a line?
Always. It doesn't have to even be a line. If there's, like some dark ominous stuff behind us, I get that, like, somebody's up my ass, I gotta run them. And it's probably because my parents traumatized me. This is PTSD all the way.
There you go.
When I was a kid, and we had one of those creepy open rafter basements and all of that.
Okay.
And the laundry facilities and all of that were down in the basement. And my parents used to demand, you know how like in the military, that's an order. If it's an order, you got to follow an order no matter what it is.
Sure.
If the commanding officer tells you to shoot yourself in the head, you got to follow the order. No. They would use parent authority. You need to go do this right now, to send me down into the basement to the side room that was around the corner from the stairs, to freaking laugh their asses off, to turn all the lights off while I was as far down to the basement as possible.
Especially as a child.
Dude,
that's not funny at all.
I bang my knees, I freaking stomp on it, and the way the stairs were, there was another set of stairs to the next floor right above it, so when you're coming up the stairs, your shadow would literally be in front of you on the stairs above you.
So you'd think someone was behind you.
Oh, yeah.
Geez.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. It's got the biggest kick out of watching Chris fly up the stairs.
Wow, I thought you were going to bring up in your old place when Bear would just bark at nothing and just not stop barking at, like, the corner. Remember, you guys like, I think it's a spirit or something.
Oh, yeah, he gets weird like that once in a while.
That's what I thought you were going to talk about,
There was a spirit in the Garden of Good and Evil in Savannah that he lost his mind on. We got video of it, yeah. All these huge, extravagant tombstones and mausoleums and statues and all of this stuff, he had no problems with.
Oh,
this
wow.
one statue of this lady or girl laying on her side as her tombstone, he was losing his mind, barking, just total rage.
Wow. Oh, it was an angry bark. It wasn't just a bark. Wow.
Yeah. He totally lost his mind on that. Dude, so I think we're out of Discord questions. We need to do a quick round of bullet blitzes here and wrap this bad boy up.
So let's get to it.
All right, John. I think it's my week to go first.
Okay, I lose track of that all the time.
I have what I think are two of my better bullet blitzes I've ever brought to the table here.
Let's hope so.
All right. At least you're not hitting me with crickets right out of the gate.
No, not right away.
So, John.
Yeah.
I have an invention for you, and I want to know if you would take my invention. If I could offer you a pill so your nails never grew again, would you take my pill?
No.
Why?
Because I bite my nails.
And if you didn't have to bite your nails anymore, your nails just stopped growing and they
because they would stop growing and then I would bite them and then they wouldn't grow anymore and then they would look horrible. So no, I wouldn't take
Well, you wouldn't have to bite them anymore because they didn't grow far enough to bite.
No, because the whole habit, it's like So that's why I bring clippers with me.
I can't stand how fast my nails grow, and I always have to grow them again. I need this no nail pill.
So that's why you came. That's how you came up with this whole thing. Is that you feel your nails grow too fast?
Yeah, I'm tired of clipping them all the time, so I wanted to have a no nail grow pill. I asked Andrea about it, and of course she immediately drove it off the cliff and told me it was the stupidest thing ever.
I don't know that I would necessarily go that far.
Cells, where are they supposed to go? Your body needs to have it come out some way.
So she's being very rational.
Yeah, but the thing
she's
is,
not looking at your scenario.
If these are dead cells, why don't my fingerprints need nails? Why doesn't my knees need nails? Why doesn't anywhere else in my body that sheds dead cells need nails? It makes no sense why these nails are here. So why can't I stop them from growing?
I imagine probably you can. Why don't you just get like a electric or mechanical implant that will just fire the signal to the brain to have the nail stop growing, and then you don't have to even take a pill.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
But I don't care that much.
It's customized genetics.
I don't.
The thing I want switched in my DNA is I want my nails turned off.
Of all the things we could do, you want your nails turned off.
Yeah,
this is what this guy comes up with. Are you kidding me? All right. You know what? That deserves. Let me go on to my next point. Jeez. Oh, my goodness. That was not one of your better ones. So let's do this. So I saw an article. Of course, this is where I find a lot of my ideas. And it compared
in articles? Wow, John.
What starships were actually better. And it went through a bunch of starships. I'm not going to get...
the starship higher ranking.
I'm not going to get... Yes. But what would be the most realistic starships? And they went through and they listed out. That's not important.
Is it just all Enterprises?
No, it was Enterprise, X-Wings. It was Star Wars.
Oh, so it's cross...
Serenity, all that stuff. It was comparing a lot of them. So my question to you is, if you could hypothetically have a spaceship / starship of the ones that everyone knows, which one would you take? You could take an X-Wing. I know no one would.
It's easy. Imperial Star Destroyer.
Well, there you go, Imperial Star Destroyer.
Oh, absolutely.
Why?
It's a floating city, number one. Number two, it's an absolute utter powerhouse, and it's pretty ominous when it starts closing out the sun because my Star Destroyer is looming over you.
Why wouldn't you want like the Death Star? I mean, if you're gonna call it that. I mean, that's not really a ship; it's more of a base.
I don't know if you know, John. This has been beat pretty much 4 times over, but the Death Star's got some pretty serious exploits.
Yeah, and no one put like a board or anything over it just to cover up the one spot that gets blown up.
Yeah,
so now that you're the one who could solve it.
As long as that dude doesn't come with the shovel, the hammerhead ship, and push my shit into another Star Destroyer, I'm pretty good to go.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, very nice. So you want a Super Star Destroyer because that's even bigger than the Star Destroyer. I would actually take the
Dreadnought. Is that what they called the?
It might have been
the massive one.
It might have been because it was Star Destroyer, Super Star Destroyer, and then maybe the Dreadnought was the big one.
We got a chance to take out a Dreadnought. We got to risk everything.
I actually would take the Galactica, but not the Galactica. The one,
that was gonna be one
of course, because it was great. It was amazing.
Oh, come on.
It was awesome because it was the newer one, right? Like they had the old one in the beginning, and then they met the other captain with the newer ship. That's the bomb. I don't need to destroy star systems, and I'm not asking for your approval. I'm just telling you what I did. Hey, if you guys could have any starship and you like starships, why don't you leave a comment or something somewhere and let us know?
Yeah. I want to talk to X-Wing
somewhere.
guy.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I'll take an X-Wing. That's good stuff. I'll fly on your ship.
No, I need my freighter.
Yeah. All right.
All right, John. So, I got some information from an article today.
You sound like me.
It turns out Sex Island is coming back.
I don't even know what that is.
You don't know what that is? They tried to pull off Sex Island last year, but Columbia shut them down. This year, they're not announcing where they're going to do Sex Island. So I've got 2 questions about Sex Island. Once I explain to you what Sex Island is.
Yeah, please.
John.
Yeah.
Sex Island is a vacation cruise. It's not a cruise. It's on an island.
Okay,
It's a sex vacation where up to 30 people can go, strangers from all over the world, but they only allow 30 people. You go to this island oasis place where there's 60 prostitutes, and anything goes for 4 straight days. So, you can do whatever the heck you want on Sex Island.
Yeah. The movie's called Exit to Eden. It's based on a book, and Rosie O'Donnell was in it.
Great. This is a.
Hopefully, Rosie O'Donnell's not one of the prostitutes.
This is a real. This is a real vacation that they're trying to get going on.
I don't know. Yeah.
So as many times as you want, whichever ones you want, whatever your fantasies are, everything. Drugs are allowed on Sex Island. All the prostitutes are clean, and they also have all been drug tested on Sex Island.
So you said there are 60 guys who go, and then there's 60.
No, there's a maximum of 30 guests allowed.
So it could be men or women.
And
are the prostitutes all women, or is it?
There's 60 female prostitutes.
Oh, 60 female prostitutes. Okay.
On the island.
Okay.
So my 2 questions to you, John.
Yes.
Is what do you think the price tag for a trip to Sex Island is for 3 days of all you can bang prostitutes?
That's question 1.
That's question 1.
I would say $5,000 to $10,000.
Really? Really?
I wouldn't want to pay it, but I would think that that's what they would charge for something like that.
You think it would be that cheap?
Oh, cheap. Oh, no, I'm not. I figured,
like,
clearly I'm not rich. I don't have a lot of money. So first of all, I feel 10,000 is a lot of money.
There's high-end hookers that get like 20, 30 grand a night. And
again, didn't know that.
So 30 people at 5 or 10 grand, that's 150, 300,000 for like all of the wear and tear that they're gonna handle for the whole weekend of craziness. Like, I don't know. And the
50 grand
and the illicit activity and everything that's going on. I feel like there's got to be some high levels of security here, a lot of secretness. Why take all of this risk to have Sex Island if you're not making a couple million off this deal easy? So I feel like this should be 200 grand and up for entry to Sex Island. But no, John, the price tag is 5 grand.
Oh, so I was right.
Yeah, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I was right.
That's insane.
For sure.
That is insane. That's like how much you're going to pay for a cruise to Alaska. The price is so stupidly low. You're going to get like average Johns.
What's wrong with average Johns?
You don't want average Johns at a all you can bang weekend buffet. They're gonna rough up the merchandise.
But how many people are you really gonna get to pay $200,000 for a weekend getaway like that? You're not. You might eventually, maybe once Sex Island takes off.
John, that's what these elites do all on their own.
Violence rule?
I imagine.
I would assume, but you have to pay for security. I don't think 150 grand would be enough to cover the security of something like this, because you got to protect it from getting raided by the cops the whole time as well. Transportation for the security to me would cost 50 grand.
Well, I actually think there's a certain maritime law on the sea, so I don't think it's the same laws that you have.
It's not at the sea. It's this is why they try to do it on a Colombian
island.
It's an island. It's a land. Somebody owns the land. It's under a country's domain. But the sheer logistics of running a sex island for 3 or 4 days straight, to me, the overhead is going to cost more than $150,000. So what's your profit margin on Sex Island? After you pay the hookers, after you pay the security, after you pay the chefs and all these other people to be there, I just don't see what are you coming away, 20, 30 grand?
And this is just a straight up island. It's not like a reality show or anything, right?
No.
Private, so they're not making money from sponsors or anything.
Private exclusive 4-day vacation. I just don't understand where the overhead is here for whoever the event planner is from a logistical sense.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it. So what's the second question?
The second question is, would you go to Sex Island?
You mean it's only $5,000?
It's $5 grand. You can put that on your credit card.
I would probably check it out. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, if everyone's clean and it's all good, yeah, I'd love to check that out.
What if someone else who's a fellow guest, not an employee, wants you?
Someone else is a guy?
Male or female?
Depends.
Well, I don't like men. I'm not interested.
Did they trick him into a date?
Fantasy does not involve them. How does that work?
I shouldn't. Well, their fantasy should only include the people that are on the island to be there for their fantasy, not the people that are there to get there.
Technically, you're on the island for a fantasy. What it is.
Do you have to wear a scarlet letter to let them know that you're a guest and not a target?
What if my fantasy is that any man who approaches me, I say no and punch him in the face? That's my fantasy.
This isn't Punch Him in the Face Island, John. This is Sex Island.
Right. So if someone
there's another island for that.
It's
called Fight Club
Island, which we don't talk about. Okay, we don't do that.
I'm sure they're charging more than $5 grand for that.
But answer her question. Say a man approached you and was rubbing up against you when he wanted you. I don't have anything against gay people. I'm just not sexually attracted to men. So therefore, it's
first of all,
a deal breaker.
You have to let them know you're honored. Thank you.
No. I'm flattered.
I appreciate your attraction to me.
Yes, you're a handsome man, and if I liked men, maybe I would get with you.
I mean, John,
but I'm not.
Basically, I guess we would use the same song and dance you issued on your soft kiss.
Let's just be friends. We'd be better friends than we would be.
Why did you complete the kiss then, John? Because here's the thing.
Because this is what happened. You don't know. This is what happened. We hugged, and as we came apart, she kissed me. That's how it happened.
Every girl I've ever tried to give a goodnight kiss
Once again, comparing me to you,
that was not interested in me, she had no problems with the quick recoil or the take the cheek. Take the cheek.
I know, that's I have to take the cheek. Yeah, of course. Because I didn't see it coming. And remember, I'm blind in my right eye, so I didn't see her coming.
Did she come at you from the right?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
She came at
I was on this side, and when we
peripheral.
pulled away, she came in, and I didn't even see it. So
does she know?
Of course she knows.
Oh,
everybody where I work knows I'm blind in my right eye. And now apparently everybody watching this knows. You're welcome.
We've talked about that many times.
But I can raise the right eyebrow.
You started out the last week's episode with a 20-minute diatribe about 20 years ago with the surgery.
You want to see it? No, you don't want to see it. Oh, I did. That's right, didn't I?
Can you take it out?
Yeah, you want to see? No, it's attached, bro.
We gotta get you
No, get out of here, dude. Get you a glass eyeball. Don't go to hell.
John, how much time do I have to buy you before you cue up that song?
We don't have any more bullet blitzes? Are we done? No, we probably went over.
Do you have your second bullet blitz? I don't think you did a second bullet blitz.
No, I did. Again. I did.
What was it?
I got it right here. Let me hit you with it. Okay. Yeah. So, I actually was talking to an Uber driver the other day. This is where my stories. That's where my social interactions actually come in. And they had told me that they were an introverted extrovert.
Yeah, you totally didn't do this one. I
just pushed the button.
We're doing it now. This is happening now, but we hadn't previously done it.
I'm lost on what you're saying. So anyway, the driver says he's an introverted extrovert. So my question to you is, would you say you're more of an introvert or more of an extrovert?
Oh, I'm totally an introvert extrovert.
So you're what the driver is. You're an introverted extrovert.
Yeah.
Which means, what does that mean?
Why
don't you share it with people?
What it means is screw strangers. I tighten up and shut down and get shy around strangers. But once I'm comfortable with you, and once I know that you're not going to judge me, I'm a true self. I'm freaking open talk guy. We can talk about anything. Blah, 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 blah. But if you put it like if we went to a party, I promise you'd be running around being the social butterfly.
Because I'm an extrovert,
and I'd be over there hunkered down in the bunker. So probably found a cool spot to post up. And if people came over and wanted to talk to me, I'd be open to it and gradually whatever and whatever. I like meeting new people after I've met them.
But you wouldn't gravitate to meet them yourself. They would have to meet you. You wouldn't meet them.
No, absolutely not. I'm also a pessimistic optimist.
I should have just said I didn't have a bullet blitz. So I'm an extrovert. Clearly, you all know that. I talk far too much. I do have introverted moments, but ultimately, I love talking to people, and I love people in general. I mean, I do it far too much, which is why I want to go do stand-up comedy. Just keep talking to them all the time.
Well, that's why you're a co-host, and that's why we're building a soundstage so you can talk about esports.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. That'll be my comedy bit.
We're building
esports.
an empire on John's golden voice.
The golden voice, I guess. And I have this horrible cough now. You got another?
No. That was it. But do you know what a pessimistic optimist is?
A pessimistic optimist is somebody who negatively thinks everything's going to be all right?
No. It's somebody that wakes up every day thinking that today's going to be different, even though deep down inside they know damn well it's not going to be.
Really?
Yeah.
That's just too damn bad.
Yeah. Other words known as a Bills fan.
Oh, well, Lions fans are like that too. You're going to throw that Bills reference in there.
All right, John.
So you got nothing else? We're gonna take this home?
No, hit me with my song.
Let's take it home, boys.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
It's a pretty cool episode this week.
Sure went along with a long time. 3 stories. That was crazy.
Yeah, good stuff there.
That wasn't bad.
This is the talk out here.
That's
the songs
the whole
going
point.
on. We're having a little.
They hear us behind the scenes talking.
All the cool shows do it.
All the cool shows do it. Okay, fair enough.
Like if we were super cool, we'd be
It's almost like when the credits are coming up, you're hearing
we'd be
people.
lipping like we were talking.
Yeah.
They can't hear us.
Thanks, guys.
Another show in the books.
Shit.